everybody.
Yep.
Good morning, everybody. Welcome to Wishwell Farms for a crazy early morning live stream. I'm just going to have to kneel right here so I can see the chat. I know it's really early. I know this is a crazy time to live, but this is the only opportunity to show the entire crew while we're out here working on the farm. It's almost 9 o'clock Eastern here in Ohio. And Cameron right there is leaving in 15 minutes to head to our mobile satellite location. And this is her final day. So this was our one and only chance to go live. We got 6 people on there. Man, I didn't think we'd have any. So I know most of you will be watching this after the fact, many hours after this live stream. So that's the way it just has to work out. Jacob Poucher, hey buddy. All right, we got some people here. Hello from Pennsylvania. I'll be going to Pennsylvania later on sometime in October to visit Veggie Boys in Broynes Farm. All right, so we're gonna go right down the row here. This is my brother Joel, hello. Stephen, hi. Nate, Elijah, and many of you may know Elijah from the hair bikini. He was sporting hair most of the summer. There's Emma, Allie, and Cameron. Hopefully Cameron's face is visible. I got some icons on the camera blocking her. All right, so I just wanted to introduce the crew. I know a lot of you have been asking for more conversation from them. So instead of like interviewing them, I thought we'd just sit down and do a live stream with everybody because we're nearing, I know we're not really nearing the end of the season, but we are nearing the end of some of the crew being here. Nate in the red shirt is going to be leaving next Thursday, right? Yep. All right, guys. So let's start off with this question. And I'm not going to go right down the road like I did the other day when we were packing corn. So, oh yeah, by the way, guys, there's going to be some talk asking these guys questions while we're packing corn. I think I did that 2 days ago. That video will come out early to mid next week, so be on the lookout for that. All right, so tell me your name. We'll just start down here with Joel. We already know your name. So we know you're not in high school, but some of these guys are in high school. Some are in college. Some already have had past careers, and this is just a part-time filler job. Let me know your plans, what you're up to right now. What are you going to be, are you farming full-time? Is there anything you want to elaborate on in the future here? What's your plans? After
for the next few months, next year, next 10 years?
There you go, 10-year plan.
Well, our father, Jason and I, we grain farms, and I've been taking over the grain farm, running everything, and basically just a lot of that, and also helping Jason out, and then also maple syrup is my big thing coming up after harvest. So right now we got grain harvest coming up here in a month, so we're getting everything ready for that. Been emptying the grain bins, hauling grain to the elevators and stuff like that, and then maple syrup season coming up, and then the farmers markets will start up again, and other events throughout the winter. I have selling maple syrup. I go to winter fair and other fall harvest festivals and other things throughout the season in the colder, slower months, and relax and rest.
Yeah,
much needed.
In a farming career, it's nice to have some downtime for sure because it's go when things are coming on strong. All right, Stephen, you just graduated from high school?
Yes, sir.
Okay, what are you thinking here for the future after you leave the farm this fall?
I'm just doing this for labor, keeping me active, way better than fast food, because I'm in the process of being a volunteer firefighter, going down the firefighter route, and I have to take EMT, fire training, and all that, and hopefully this pays my way, and I can go on vacations, do some fun things before I fully commit.
Good deal. Real quick before we move on to Nate, if you guys have questions, throw them in the chat. I'll keep my eyes open for them, and we'll throw the questions out. We'll interrupt and answer some questions if you guys have any pressing questions. All right, anything you want to share, Nate?
I plan on doing football all through high school, and then after high school, I want to be an electrician, and this is just probably going to work here for a couple seasons, and then go off to the electrician route.
Awesome. So are you going to be a sophomore this year?
Yep.
Wow.
Hopefully you stay around. Always need a good electrician on the farm.
That's for sure. All right, we're up to Elijah. His nickname is Chuff. Chuffy, by the way.
So I just graduated in May, working on all my pilot ratings, and hopefully going to be a commercial airline pilot within the next 4 to 5 years. So I'm excited and it's really fun.
Cool. Before we move on, can you guys hear these guys? I know you can hear me. I don't know how well you can. The iPhone mic is picking these guys up back here. Let me know in the chat right away if they are talking loud enough. So, just in case you missed it, Elijah is pursuing to be a commercial airline pilot, right? Okay. How long is that going to take?
I can't do it until I'm 21, so at least 3 more years.
Okay. TJ said he can hear us. All right. Anything else before we move on to Emma? All right, Emma this is her second year, so she's obviously out of high school and college.
Way out of high school.
And has a family, so you can
I'm
share
a
anything you
single
like.
mom with 2 little kids. I plan to come back as long as they invite me back every year.
Absolutely. I couldn't make it through this season without Emma here. Jason, do any of your kids have any interest in taking over the farm in the future? I've talked about this many times on other videos. I'll be getting into more of that in the wintertime, but as of right now, not really. My oldest is going to be a nurse. He's traveling over in Europe right now. One final fling before he settles down into a career. And my middle son, Blake, is a full-time YouTuber. He has nothing to do with the farm anymore. And my youngest, Natalie, you guys see her in a lot of the videos. She is a sophomore in education at Cedarville University in Ohio, and she just left for school last week. So we'll dive into more of that later. Anything else, Emma, before we move on to Allie? Allie, anything you want to share? You got to talk about what you were doing before you came here.
So I lived in Dayton and Cincinnati. I have a degree in graphic design and business. Hated living in the city. So I moved back in with my parents right down the road, and we knew the wishes, family, friends, stuff like that. So I'm really glad I ended up applying here. It's been very fulfilling, especially going from like a digitally based job to something that you can actually see that you're finishing and getting things done.
Awesome. Yeah, I might be hitting you up this winter for some digital marketing advice. All right, and then what time is it? We got Cameron here on the end. She's going to be leaving here in a little bit.
8:47.
Cameron just graduated from high school. And anything you want to share?
I'm going to OSU Lima for engineering technology, so that's my route right now. I don't have an end plan, but I want to do something with engineering.
Okay, awesome. Is that a 2-year or 4-year degree?
You can do 4-year for engineering technology there.
Okay. Will that be like an emphasis in like electrical, mechanical, civil, or anything like that, or is it more broad?
It's more broad. So I know some of the people that work at Honda say they don't need like the full mechanical engineering degree, so that's just why I'm going with that route.
Okay, awesome. Well, thanks for sharing, guys. Hopefully you guys enjoyed that. It's nice to know what everybody's doing after they leave the farm here, because, you know, farming season is seasonal. I saw a chat pop up a little bit ago about Emma. Is she full-time? If I had full-time work for her, she would definitely be here full-time. But, you know, she has kids as well, so, you know, I think it works out good for both of us. She's able to help us, and she gets some downtime to be with her family, too. All right, let's talk about some fun stuff. What is your favorite part of the job? Or your least favorite? So anybody can just jump in. What is your favorite part, and what is your least favorite part?
I just experienced watermelons and I hated it.
It is her new favorite least job. Her least favorite job.
Yeah.
They're heavy. And they're a little bit muddy today.
Yeah.
The field tomatoes is the worst part.
Oh, boy.
It's not fun at all.
Allie, I think you would change your mind if you would have picked field tomatoes with us. the other day. That was rough. We picked over 3,000 pounds of field tomatoes 2 days ago, guys. That's the next video, Monday's video, I think.
I got a crazy sunburn from that.
Did you?
Suffering. Yeah, I got packed. It was.
Oh, come on, there's got to be something else. I know Joel has some great stories, but we got to let the new guys share
Favorite
something first.
Part is always making fun of Steven for breaking stuff.
I broke the drive shaft.
Oh, yeah, the drive shaft broke out of the GMC. I think I talked about it in one of the videos coming up. It was shot. It was like as thin as a pop can. It was ready to twist apart any time. Joel and I are just going to weld a pipe around it and try to splice it back together because it's just a field truck.
I don't think there's like specifically one favorite, but like the three of us plus Natalie had one day where we were like repacking tomatoes, which isn't a fun job, but like we can make it fun, and like we just sat and laughed for like the whole 45 minutes
Yeah.
of it. And
Yeah, getting along with everybody. See, I've had a lot of you guys that are viewing the regular videos think that we don't ever talk because a lot of times you just hear me. These guys are always chatting and having a good time. Plus, they're all new. None of them really knew each other at the beginning of the year. So it takes time to build relationships and feel comfortable sharing and talking and laughing with each other. So, last year I had a crew of like 6 high schoolers from one school. They all grew up together. They all knew each other. So there was always laughter and talking going on right from the get-go. So it took a little bit of time this season for that to kind of evolve. But I think everybody has a good time together and they all get along. Anything else before I move on? You guys got to keep me posted on what time it is. So Cameron's got to head out at 9 o'clock sharp.
8:50.
Okay, we got 10 more minutes of fun. All right, what else? What was everybody's favorite farmer's market to work at? Those of you who've done farmer's markets.
Hilliard, hands down.
Hilliard.
Yes. It's nice because it's not early. I can leave at, what do we leave at 2 o'clock instead of
Yeah, it's an
6
afternoon market.
6 a.m.
I like Powell because they give us a lot of free stuff at the end of it. The bakers hand
Oh,
out breads
yeah.
and treats.
Yep, that's always cool. And a lot of times we can barter and trade, leftover produce for something at the end too.
I love
know Joel does
Worthington.
that.
Oh yeah.
Emma said she loves Worthington. Is that what you just said? Okay, yeah, I was talking over her, sorry.
I've been to Clintonville or is it Cedar?
Clintonville.
Clintonville. Clintonville, I like it. It keeps you, it's fast paced. There's never downtime, and I like that. Keep moving.
Yeah, having a market that's just moving right along, having constant customers all morning makes the market time go fast. You're standing on your feet for 3 or 4 hours, actually a lot more than that. That's the sales time. You're rushing for the first hour getting set up, and then you got 3 to 4 hours of sales.
You
And-
used to your regulars. when
Yeah,
you
you start building relationships with your regular customers, that's for
I've
sure.
noticed that about Hilliard since I started going. Same people come every week.
Probably North Market, back when he used to do it a decade ago.
Yeah, one of the oldest markets in the United States, at least in Ohio, and probably compared to many states, is the North Market. I'm sure there's a lot older markets on the East Coast, but the North Market's been around since the mid to late 1800s. It's an old historical building. They redone the inside, and there's vendors all around.
Farmers Market itself hasn't been around since.
Yeah, the farmers market itself probably has only been around since the 70s or 80s. Let's see. I think we're ready to move on here. Anybody else? We talked about this on the wagon the other day. What is one thing you learned here on the farm this year that you did not expect to learn? Something that you got to participate in that we did that you did not expect.
I know other people mentioned it, but like just the sheer amount of everything that needs to be produced and just how many fields of corn there are. And
Yeah.
I'm on the trailer a lot, and I have a lot of people ask me how many acres we have, when this is gonna end, or this, or specifically corn right now. And I'm like, nope, we've still got more growing, still going. Never stops.
I'd say the amount of like effort it is to farm the produce. Like whenever I look at corn, I don't really think about like what the process is that goes into it, but now I do.
Yeah, it makes you appreciate all the hard work when you're walking through the grocery now, thinking about all the work that went on around the world to get that food there for you.
It's also
We take a lot of it
interesting
for
how
granted.
Old it is sitting at the grocery
Oh,
store.
yeah. Totally different than
After you
fresh.
see, like how fresh it is here.
Yeah.
I was surprised of all the all the stuff that can damage the crops, like beetles and diseases.
Raccoons.
Yeah.
Deer,
Raccoons and deer.
Always good.
muskrats.
We do a lot. We put a lot of effort into preventing that from happening. Sprays, hunting, trapping, electric fences. I mean, predator alarms, or what are those called? Noisemaker things, whatever you want to call them. I mean, we make a lot of effort to stop or prevent a lot of these things, but there's always something that gets out of hand, and it's out of our control. So there is a lot of waste. One thing I can't believe someone didn't bring up is the amount of produce that we have to throw out.
Oh yeah.
I mean, we're getting ready to load up a flatbed wagon today of, 4 or 5 bins of just junk, husk, maybe a couple tubs of old corn that didn't sell, melons that got overripe, tomatoes that had a rotten spot on them. And many of my viewers are always asking, why don't you donate that stuff? A lot of the things we throw out are not edible. They are no longer edible, so they have to be just composted back into the fields. So it's not as easy as you think as just dropping it off. I'm not going to take my time and effort to go drop it off a little tub of this or that to a food pantry or food bank. Sometimes they have stopped out here in the past. Or if I have a large quantity of something, I can take it to a food bank, a regional food bank, but I have to get a PO for that and approval and everything before you can do that. So a lot of these donations aren't as easy as you think, and a lot of the produce is not as good as you think. We sell as much as we can and sometimes discount some of it seconds, but after that, it has to be discarded into the field.
They sometimes come around the markets too.
And what?
They'll come around the markets at the end. And
Oh,
there's,
yeah.
like seconds that'll be tossed.
Yeah, so a lot of the farmers markets have food pantries or soup kitchens that they work with, and they come and get donations from farmers at the final 10 or 20 minutes if it's something that we're going to throw out anyway when we get home, and they'll take that off our hands. So, yeah, I forgot about that. Good point.
5 minutes left.
Well, we're going to keep going.
Oh, okay.
Cameron's going to have to leave. Let's see if there's any good questions for her. Let's just move to the trailer. So we have this mobile satellite location that our mobile produce trailer goes to. Emma ran it a lot last year. Cameron is running it a lot this year, as well as Allie. So what do you guys want to say about the produce trailer? What's your favorite part or least favorite part, or something you learned about that this year?
My favorite part is the people that come every week because it's familiar faces and I like how close-knit the community is.
Okay.
That's what I was gonna say. That was my favorite part too.
Yeah, that's something I don't get to see.
Yeah,
I don't get to see all the regulars because I'm
and
not
like I
there.
had people that would come and be like, "Here's a water for you today," because they would come regularly. Or like I had a woman that brought me a bunch of beef tallow she home makes, and like just because they get so used to you.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. I like how many people seem surprised when us young girls can drive the truck and trailer.
Yeah.
But they'll be very complimentive of it, and it feels good. It's like an accomplishment.
Like you drove that here.
So they got to learn how to hook up a trailer, connect the lights, the chains, the latch on the hitch, the ball hitch, how to back it up, because you have to back it up into place, then unhook, do everything in reverse, open it up and set it up and then close it all up at the end of the day. So it takes a little bit of practice, and there's always a few hiccups along the way, while people are learning. No, it happens. It happens to everybody. We've always have a couple hiccups, but yeah, everything works out in the end. We've only had one major disaster in all the years of pulling this trailer. 15, 16 years of pulling this trailer to Marysville.
That's when we flipped over on 33.
We'll get into that another time. If you're interested in that, let me know in the chat. All right. Anything else about the trailer, guys?
It's fun to set up like all the different stuff we have throughout the season, and telling people, oh, we have this now, and this came from our farm, or the different places that we buy from, like the Champagne Berry Farm, places like that, and just the different produce that we have throughout the season. I mean, I've just been here from July, and there's already been a lot of variety.
Yeah.
And I've learned a lot of things about how to pick what's good and what's not, how to help people choose the best for themselves.
Yeah. So I don't do the best job of training. That's one of my faults because I'm so busy running around like a chicken with my head cut off, trying to do so many things. I let certain things go that I need to devote more time to. It takes time to train these guys, on pricing, bulk pricing, the variety names, the season for these things to be available. There's so much that goes into it. And a lot of it, they kind of have to learn on the fly through text and phone calls because it's something I forgot to tell them, and they have to ask me whether they're selling, because customers have a lot of questions, and we want to keep them happy and coming back year after year after year. And knowing what's good or bad. Sometimes it might look good, but maybe it's a bad ear of corn, or it has a dent or a scratch, and you have to reduce it or pull it out of the box. So we don't want customers to think that we're a secondhand shop. We want them to think that we're only selling. We want them to know that we're only selling #1 top quality produce.
That's another thing I like, is just how many customers come over and say, you have the best corn, you have the best watermelon. They are so nice and so happy to come get everything from us.
That is awesome. Have you guys gotten tips?
Yes.
Natalie always tells me she gets some tips. So I figured you guys
The
did.
trailer is the best for tips.
Yeah.
Yeah, awesome. Do they just say keep the change, or do they hand some back to you?
A lot of them will hand cash back.
Nice.
I've had people, there's several people that give me 5s.
Wow.
For sitting there all day.
Awesome.
The Marysville trailer, they really are great.
Yeah, that's awesome. We're getting a lot of stuff in the chat, but I want to get through some of these questions first, and then we'll go back to some of them. Do I see myself doing online sales? No. I'm not into the community-supported agriculture, the CSA, subscription farming, door-to-door. I can't do that. I mean, I'd have to change my whole farming model. We're built around doing farmers markets and a couple roadside stands. I don't even run my on-farm market anymore. There'll be lots of videos about that in the off season. I've talked about it many times, but I can't get into that right now. Who's the fastest harvester on the farm?
Joel.
You haven't seen much of it. I'm starting to slow down. I think I'm at my peak. I'm starting
I seen Emma, you pointed to Emma.
I pointed at you.
Oh, okay.
I haven't seen Joel in action, so
Yeah.
you're the top for now.
We should
Yeah.
tape Joel doing watermelon or
We should
cantaloupe.
have Jason and Joel.
Yeah,
Jason,
we,
Joel, Jason,
Yeah, let's do a
faster.
competition.
for 20 some years, we've talked about having a farm challenge day. What do you call that? You know, where we have a melon throwing contest. Who can launch a melon the farthest? You know,
Texas McCoy.
yeah, we've had some really, really fast workers over the years. And I'm not out there harvesting that much anymore. I just can't for several reasons. One, I'm too busy around the farm doing other things, managing everything, loading the trailers and trucks, putting things in and out of the coolers. But when I do go out there and harvest, I try to do things quickly and efficiently. We already kind of talked about everybody's plans after the season wraps up. If you could add a new crop to grow on our farm, what would you guys suggest? I know there's some suggestions online here or from the chat.
I have a lot of people ask about apples, so maybe apples. Otherwise, not a crop, but I have a lot of people ask about honey as well. So that could
Okay.
be
I
fun.
get asked about honey a lot too.
Yeah.
We probably should put honey on the trailer. Joel does with syrup. We used to do honey.
Yeah.
And we've done apples for 20 years. I just haven't for the last year or two. Did we have apples on the trailer last year a little
Yes.
bit? Okay. Yeah, we just don't, now that we aren't selling here at our farm, we don't really move apples that much. But I do plan to visit an apple orchard this year. I'd love to go up to western Michigan, along Lake Michigan. There's some massive, massive apple orchards up there. See the whole cider press operation, harvesting apples in a large scale, things like that. That'd be pretty cool.
I'd say strawberries. That'd be cool and fun and delicious.
Blueberry.
You think they would be fun. You might want to recant
Worse
that.
than the tomato picking the other day.
Yeah. Strawberry harvesting is not fun. I mean, it might be fun for the first couple hours, but it gets to be a grind every morning, being on your hands and knees picking berries. Yeah.
Potatoes
We-
would be fun.
Yeah, potatoes. That would probably be one I'd move into. We did grow strawberries for 20 years, if you're wondering, 99 to 19. All right, is it time for Cameron to leave? I bet you it's past 9.
Yep, it's not
Okay.
too.
All right, say goodbye to Cameron, everybody. Bye.
All right, guys. Thanks.
Have a good day at the market.
Thanks. I should probably call this.
Do we have any pick your own? I can move this up just a little snugger now. We used to do pick your own strawberries for 18 years, almost all the years we picked them, right?
Yeah.
At least 15 years. And it kept going downhill. It dwindled quite a bit. And it got to the point where it wasn't even hardly worth it. And it was near the end in 2019 when we
Cameron,
were.
the back right's not clipped.
Oh, really? I missed one?
Yeah.
The whole side?
Yeah.
Wow. Glad you saw that.
I did have something to add to that. I remember you guys, I always remember coming here to get pumpkins as a kid. That's what I
Oh,
knew
yeah.
about this farm, was the pumpkin place.
Yeah,
that
so
was-
Allie just lives down the road 3 miles. So we sold pumpkins for 20 years. That's something else I'm going to get into later in another video, but we don't raise pumpkins anymore since October of 2023. I'll be visiting a lot of pumpkin farms this year. I'm visiting Veggie Boys, Broynes Farms, and Farmer Dre. I saw Farmer Dre pop up here earlier. I will be out to visit you. I'm going to the Ozarks, and I'm going to swing by Farmer Dre's place to see his massive agri-tainment pumpkin harvest. Greetings from Northern New York. Thank you, Mike. Let's see if we got any more questions here. We'll dive into the chat, and then it's time to get back to work. Yeah, so an hour before we started this live stream, everybody was out picking watermelons. I bet you we picked hundreds? I don't know.
They had 100.
400 or 500 already. We
Yeah.
probably got another
There'll be
300 or 400 out
1,000
there,
at
yeah.
least
We'll be up to 1,000 watermelons easy. All right, I'm gonna move this a little bit closer here so I can see the chat. Tons of apple orchards in Western Michigan. Yes, cherry, blueberry. Yeah, but so just the wrong time of the year for the cherry and blueberry though, right?
We want cherries now.
Yeah, that'd be awesome. Watching from Thailand. Wow, rice fields.
Thai food.
Oh man, we got tons in the chat. I ain't gonna be able to get all these. It's a bit hard to hear. Shoot. Yes, we can hear. Okay, well, nothing I can do about it now, guys. Okay, someone's talking about the airline industry. Howdy from Cincinnati. How much sleep do you actually get during the summer? A lot of days, it's only about 6 hours for me this time of year.
It's not my normal.
Yeah.
5, 6.
We are going to see your brother making relish. Joel, are we making relish anymore or are we done?
This might be the last year.
Oh, you're thinking about
I
doing
still
it
plan on
again?
making some.
Okay.
Yeah, if we have enough peppers.
Yeah, we should. So it takes a lot of bell peppers to make our relish, jalapenos, cabbage, green tomatoes. So I guess we're gonna try to make it one more year. We've been doing it since 2004. So you guys can probably hear the diesel truck pulling out. Or heading to Marysville to sell produce. I bet it's gonna be a slow day.
With the weather, yeah.
Yeah. Farmer Dre, deer are eating my pumpkins. You know, I had something eating all of my seeded watermelons. I tried some seeded watermelons, 90% of them got opened up and eaten. So I don't know if deer are stomping them open and eating them or what. Farmer Dre needs help.